night 2 of that WrestleMania 40. And coming off of WrestleMania 1, which I thought was a very good show, I am still tired from WrestleMania 1. But we're here to talk about WrestleMania Part 2. During the pre-show, I didn't, unless I missed it, I didn't see a women's battle royal, so maybe they'll save the battle royal for the actual show, because I did hear that, because, well, again, like, part 1 of WrestleMania had 7 matches, Part 2 had 6 matches, and everybody kept saying that they were saving a slot for something. Maybe it was the Women's Battle Royal, but we'll see what happens, or if something else occurs. But until then, let's get into it. Let's talk about some of that wrestling and talk about the first match of night 2 of WrestleMania. Okay, for the first match, I don't even know where to begin because I called this shit yesterday. So, Seth Rollins, first of all, when The Rock called Seth Rollins a walking clown show, he was 100% spot on. Your man came out with the Lollipop Guild. He came out with the Oompa Loompas, whatever you want to call them. Seth Rollins is truly a walking clown show. So when the match starts, Drew McIntyre Claymored the bejesus out of him. CM Punk was on commentary talking a lot of shit, and at the end of the match, Drew McIntyre finally put Seth Rollins down, and he pinned him, and he finally won the World Heavyweight Championship in a stadium full of people. But the problem is, he couldn't leave it alone. Like, he had the championship, he kissed his wife, he raised it up to the heavens and everything, and then he went over to the commentary booth and he started talking shit to CM Punk. And while he was talking shit to CM Punk couldn't take it anymore, and CM Punk knocked him off of the announcer's table. He beat him up. CM Punk hit him with the elbow brace and everything. And as soon as he beat up Drew McIntyre, here came Damian Priest. And like I've been saying this, I said watch Damian Priest cash in on whoever is the winner. And thanks to CM Punk, Damian Priest cashed in, and he is the new World Heavyweight Champion. So now Seth Rollins gets a rematch, Drew McIntyre gets a rematch, and Damian Priest is the champion. Punk's going to be in the mix somehow. Damian Priest celebrated on the stage with the Judgment Day. I'm actually very happy for that. It is fun. It's some funny ass shit. Like, it's like, this makes me want to watch Raw tomorrow just to see what everybody's going to say. But kudos to the Judgment Day. Kudos to La Raza, Boricua, Damian Priest. And like I said, I cannot wait for Monday Night Raw to see the fallout of all this. Next up was the match that I was looking forward to the most, because that's my boy, the almighty Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, with B-Fab. She's a part of the group, damn it. And she was looking good tonight. When B-Fab came out of that curtain, I was like, oh my. So there was them versus the Final Testament with AOP, Karrion Kross, and Scarlett, who was looking good her damn self. And this was a street fight. Like, it wasn't a normal match. It was a street, because you gotta have a street fight with weapons and stuff involved when you're facing the AOP. But Snoop Dogg, he was the guest commentator for this match. That makes 2 guest commentators so far. And Bubba Ray Dudley, because this was a street fight ECW style, Bubba Ray Dudley was the special guest referee for this match, with the fans chanting ECW, ECW. And I gotta say, B-Fab MVP this puppy because, she was going at it with Scarlett. Like, she did a bicycle kick in the face where she dropped Scarlett like dead on her ass, and then B-Fab put Scarlett through a table, which kept her out of the match, for the remainder of the thing. Montez Ford leaped over the top rope corner onto the AOP outside, which, if I'm being honest, that took them out way longer than it should have. And then they did the whole thing where they spread Karrion Kross's legs. They did the what's up, and then Dawkins, he did the head dive off into the nuts. And then they actually tried to get Karrion Kross on the table. And then when they got him on the table the first time, the weight of Karrion Kross broke the table. So then they brought out a second table. And then when they brought out the second table, and Montez Ford, like, kudos to him as far as like keeping the realism alive. He took a kendo stick and proceeded to whoop the shit out of Karrion Kross to give the other 2 time to bring a table in. And then they put him on the other table, and then Tez came off the top rope with the frog splash, put Karrion Kross through the table. Lashley pinned him. He did hit him with the spear. He pinned Karrion Kross, and Pride and Power, Lashley, B-Fab, and the Street Profits got the W. And kudos to B-Fab for selling that injury too, because when she got back in the ring, she was holding her neck, she was holding her back, and then Snoop Dogg came in and everybody celebrated. I was happy for them because, like I said, that's my people, that's my group. Like, my favorite group right now is Pride and Power with Lashley, Street Profits, and B-Fab. Loving the 4 of them together. together. And now that the Karrion Kross thing is finally over, I can't wait to see who their new beef is going to be and, you know, what new like storylines they're going to get into going forward. Next up was the one-on-one match between AJ Styles and LA Knight. Yeah. And this actually ended the string of special guest commentators and special guest referees. And this was a typical match. Like nobody had a special entrance. Well, AJ Styles got new theme music, and I'm sorry, his new theme music, his theme music is trash. Like his new theme music is trash. Like it's not like, bro, that's not hitting. Go back to, and then it's like in the other one where it's, when the hook was, they don't want none, they don't want none. Like he says it himself in the beginning of the song. He says they don't want none, and then the music plays. I'm like, nah, go back to the old song. But anyway. He finally actually had actual wrestling gear on, which was cool. LA Knight, you know, he got the admiration of the crowd with everybody saying LA Knight, yeah. And then, you know, it was, like I said, it was a typical wrestling match. Like nothing more, nothing less, like nothing crazy. And in the end, it was blood force trauma to the head by one LA Knight, and he picks up his very first WrestleMania victory. And hopefully after Logan Paul retains the United States Championship, we can move LA Knight over into the United States Championship picture, and then he can capture that title and finally get some gold for the megastar. Like I said, but good match by both men, can't complain, and we're moving on. Following that was the United States Heavyweight Championship match between Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. And I mean, this is the point where, like, honestly, once the Lashley match had ended, I mean, the show at this point, I was just waiting for pretty much the main event. I mean, there is some interest in the Bayley, like, EO match, but, I mean, I knew Logan Paul was going to win. But it was weird in the beginning because Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, they came down the ringside together in a golf cart, which I thought was very weird. And I'm like, they were too buddy-buddy. But, you know, there was a moment where, like, Logan Paul did catch an RKO, and then Kevin Owens hit a stunner on Randy Orton. So, you know, they were going to turn on each other after a while. Logan Paul had his typical plants, like the brass knuckles, his boy inside the prime bottle, you know, like sneaking from behind. Orton kicked him, you know, like did him in after he missed a punt kick. I mean, but in the end, like I said, Logan Paul got the victory. He actually pinned Kevin Owens. So they're probably going to do a program now with Orton and Logan Paul directly. But Logan Paul did get the win. He's moving on to something else. And as I said, at this point, I hope it's LA Knight because, you know, like the whole point of this, once they made it a triple threat match, like you knew, because first of all, Orton's not going to take the United States Championship. So this is basically just about Logan Paul getting his WrestleMania moment and him getting a WrestleMania victory, which he got. So like I said, so now hopefully he fights LA Knight and LA Knight can take the title from him. Otherwise, kudos to Logan Paul, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do on SmackDown. Then we had the women's match for the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky versus Bayley. Damage Control did come out with Io, but they did not come with her to the ring, which is good because then we would have had Bianca, Jade, and Naomi show up, and that would have kind of like spoiled Bayley and Io's moment, and we can't have that. And this match, it kind of started off a little slow, but then it definitely picked up towards the end. Io had a really good counter where Bayley had went for the rose plant, and then she kind of like front flipped out of the rose plant, which I thought was pretty dope. You know, a couple of moonsaults were hit, a couple of moonsaults were missed, a lot of back and forth. But in the end, you know, with a Macho Man elbow, a belly to Bayley, a Bayley to belly, and a face plant, Bayley did get the 1-2-3 victory, and she is our new SmackDown WWE Women's Champion. So kudos to her, and I think she got hurt too because she was noticeably limping towards the end of the match, even when she tried to go for the finish, like she was dragging her leg throughout the entire finish of the match. So I think she legitimately did get hurt. So hopefully it's nothing too bad, and you know, like she'll recover quickly, and then whatever storyline they have for her, you know, will progress. Hopefully they don't put the belt on Tiffany Stratton after this. But like I said, kudos to Bayley. There's nothing, but again, you know, it was just a straight up match, one-on-one match. You know, Bayley got the victory, and we're moving on to the main event. The women, like although she was the Royal Rumble winner, Bayley did not main event one of the nights of WrestleMania, but she was the second to last match, so that was cool too. Like I said, so kudos to her. We're moving on. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of night 2 of WrestleMania. It is Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And for the love of God, this was the best overbooked main event of all time. And I got a little worried at the beginning because honestly, when it started just like a regular match, like nothing special happened, nothing crazy happened. Like the two of them just wrestled. And, you know, when Cody came out with his entrance, Brandy came out with him. You know, it was nice to see. Brandy was always good. I thought she was going to come with him down the ringside, but she didn't come with him down the ringside. Roman had a choir and an orchestra and a band play him to the ring. And the two of them had a match, but the match didn't start until maybe like a couple of minutes before 10. So I'm just like 10 o'clock. Like it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, this is gonna go on for like a whole hour, and it was crazy because when the shenanigans started, the first thing that happened was Jimmy Uso showed up. And then Jimmy Uso, like, he interfered and he kicked Cody Rhodes in the face. That brought out main event Jey Uso. The two of them fought, spear off the ramp and then onto a table. And then after that, Solo Sikoa came out, which then brought out John Cena. And then John Cena beat up Solo Sikoa. And then The Rock came out. And then The Rock and John Cena got into it. And then The Rock beat up Cena. And then The Undertaker showed up. And then The Undertaker beat up The Rock. And I was just like, after that, when then Seth Rollins showed up. Seth Rollins showed up in his old Shield gear. And he immediately got knocked the F out. Like, everybody was there except Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I guess they couldn't get Stone Cold Steve Austin, so they got The Undertaker instead. And it was cool, like, to see Undertaker, like, obviously having The Rock and Austin would have been like probably one of the greatest moments of all time, but to have Rock and Taker in the ring, I thought was really cool too. And then like after like all the wrestlers came in and everybody fought and everybody cleared out, it came down to Cody and Roman Reigns in the ring together, but Seth was still in the ring. So when Seth pulled himself up, like Roman had picked up a chair and he was going to hit Cody with the chair. But the problem was he looked over at Seth and then he remembered how Seth betrayed him in the Shield and hit him in the back with the chair. So I guess Roman couldn't resist and he smacked Seth Rollins over the back, you know, with the steel chair, and he knocked Seth Rollins out, which allowed Cody to catch him with the crossroads, hit him with one crossroads, hit him with two crossroads, hit him with three crossroads, and then Cody pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. And when his hand came down for 3, I couldn't believe it. Like, I got a little teary-eyed, like I started clapping and everything. It was nice to see. So both Roman Reigns and Gunther's historic reigns have both come to an end at WrestleMania. Cody was crowned the new WWE champion, the new WWE Universe, which makes him a SmackDown superstar now because the WWE Championship, the WWE Universal Championship is a SmackDown title. Like, Cody was a Raw superstar, so now that he's become like the WWE Universal Champion, he's a SmackDown superstar now, so we're not going to see him on Raw anymore, which is actually kind of cool because, you know, you got CM Punk that's going to be on Raw, you got Damian Priest, like you got all these guys, you know, you have guys on Raw that can carry the torch for Raw, so Cody's not really needed anymore. His star power is going to be utilized on SmackDown. And Roman disappeared after he lost. I ain't see Roman again. I ain't see The Rock. I guess Undertaker took The Rock and they disappeared. Like, they vanished into thin air. Cody had the belt. He was celebrating. He shook every hand. He kissed every baby. All the baby faces came out. They lifted him on his shoulder, just like they did with Dusty in the Garden. You know, Brandy came out, and then she was celebrating with him. He kissed Brandy. And then Cody stopped the music. He grabbed the microphone. And then he asked for Bruce Pritchard to come out, and then he also asked for Triple H to come out. Cody said that we're in a new era now, all thanks to Triple H. Triple H came out, you know, he hugged Cody for like 10 minutes, and then the two of them spoke. And then after everybody left the ring, after all the wrestlers left the ring, and it was just Cody by himself, then we finally got pyro. Because the whole time I'm like, no confetti, no pyro, like, what are we doing? You know, then we finally got the pyro. The pyro came down, and it was nice. It was nice to see. So thank goodness, because like last year's WrestleMania pissed me off, and I'm happy that we finally got, you know, the moment where we finally crowned a new WWE champion, for the love of God. Because I like Roman Reigns, but Jesus, man, like, he was killing me, bro. Like, I couldn't take another year of this shit. But you know, it was a good end to WrestleMania. I mean, night one was a better show. Night one had more matches on it that I cared about, and I thought they were the more entertaining matches. I mean, on this show, the World Heavyweight Championship was a match that I did like. I was looking forward to the Lashley Street Profits B-Fab match. But then after that, every other match was kind of predictable to me. So, you know, like, it didn't really have like that same, you know, like, you know, excitement, you know, that you would think of, you know, that at least for me anyway. And, you know, but then you were just waiting for the main event, and then when you finally got the main event, it delivered the way you would want to deliver. So kudos, congratulations to everybody involved. A successful WrestleMania 40. We didn't get a Tiffany Stratton match, so I'm glad about that. We didn't get a women's battle royal, but, you know, say la vie, you can't have it all. And like I said, congratulations to Cody Rhodes and to everybody who prevailed at WrestleMania. So that was it, guys. So go check out my other reviews, because I got NXT Stand and Deliver, I got my night one review of WrestleMania 40, and now Here's My Night 2 WrestleMania review. Keep it locked for more X-Men reviews for X-Men 1997 as we wait for more superhero goodness and everything in between. I also have conventions coming up like New York Swim Week, New York Fashion Week, Comic-Con, Anime Con, Brooklyn Con, everything coming up. So check out Red House Entertainment for all your pleasure and check me out on social media. So until next time, guys, for some more wrestling action, watch Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown and Tuesday Night NXT because it's going down in the ring. And until next time for WrestleMania, we out this.